This is Butterball. She and her brother are 7 months old today, and I think she has a sprained neck. The only way I can think of that would have happened is that the dog probably got excited and bolted across the yard, and maybe she got spooked and like hurt herself trying to get out of the way or something. She kind of just has her neck in that position. She's not able to tuck it under her wing. She's not able to groom herself properly. So she just kind of sits in the water and they all just stand around her. There's Bucky. It's her brother. Suzette is her mother. And Richard. We initially named Richard Dick for obvious reasons, but then he got a little nicer, so we started calling him Richard. He's actually been through much worse. He one time got a little roughed up by a Saint Bernard, and he was incapacitated for a couple weeks. I actually have a picture of him when he was incapacitated, and I'm laying in the grass next to him, and Susie, the old brown Chinese female we had, is standing on my back. Poor Butterball. My nephew named them. I never name any of my pets. My niece might have named one of them too. I don't know. They've named some of our ducks too. He's a very protective brother. I noticed it the night before last. I kind of just heard her. When you spend enough time around these animals, you just get kind of a sixth sense about this kind of stuff. She was making the same noise. It was more tepid than everyone else. Kind of just low and low energy. And I looked at her and I saw her neck was in this weird position. It looked kind of swollen around the midsection where it's bent. And I mean, they can contort their necks into crazy positions. So it's just sprained, if anything. It's certainly not broken. I mean, they wouldn't survive a broken neck. But this can happen. Richard one time fell off or kind of like rushed off of a small ledge and smacked his face on the ground and ended up with a bloody mouth. I think he bit his tongue. Oh, and here is Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat's a pretty cool cat. The birds don't think so, though. But yeah, we once had a duck get kind of messed up. I don't remember what happened to him. Might have been a dog thing again. But I thought he was going to die. I mean, his neck looked like it might have been broken, but it wasn't. Although he was having trouble keeping his head up, and it looked really bad, but he ended up recovering, so, like, you know, they're tough birds, waterfowl. So I think she'll be alright. The only thing that really worries me is when they get sick, because there isn't a whole lot you can do for a bird if it gets sick. Especially for poultry, because, like, you know, if you're in a more metropolitan area, there may be specialized veterinarians. But where we live, like, yeah, there's a lot of agriculture and animals like this around, but at the same time, most people don't have these kind of animals as pets. And, you know, the amount of money you would spend taking something like this to a vet, most people just aren't going to do that. So specialized vets for that kind of thing aren't common. Whereas, you know, if you live in a more metropolitan area and you have like a parrot that you spent thousands of dollars on, and you have the money to go to a specialized veterinarian, then yeah, it might be something you can find. But she's not sick, she just has an injury. So it's just going to take some time. She's a sweet bird.